G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Mimo here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, no matter the time wherever you are, hope life is treating you well. Today I've got for you some recruits and rewards openings. Now I'm going to tease you with the gold mythic recruits and the mythic recruits, but we're not opening those ones. We are opening the prestige recruits and the select recruits. I know, disappointment, I'm sorry. But the only reason that I'm opening these ones is that they are they're definitely going to be disappearing from the game. Now, Scopely released an announcement that said, moving forward, we wanted to make sure to let players know that we will not be updating the prestige recruits and select recruit wheels. They will be removed from the game in early 2022. Now, I'm assuming early 2022 might be January, possibly, but I don't want to lose the collection that I have, so I'm going to make sure to open them right now, and they got a nice enough amount that I'm happy to open them right now. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but before we do that, I just need to work out my keybinds because I forget it. Yes, I do use keybinds for this game to make it a little bit easier so that my mouse isn't necessarily all over the screen, and it just looks better, especially when I'm doing cutscenes and so forth. No one wants to see a bloody massive yellow mouse arrow on there. But let's go ahead and just open these straight up. Pretty much probably only going to get silvers this time around, which is just chunder for upgrading my gold mythics. I think it is a very low percentage, as we just saw on the screen. It was like a 3% chance of actually getting it. So the likelihood of getting a gold is rare. Gregory comes out. So one gold mythic right there, that's nice, and the rest is silver. Like I said, I'm expecting to see a lot of silver, which is just going to be used to upgrade those golds. Now Gregory, I think this will get him to tier 5. I think it's going to get him to tier 5. I never really concentrated on actually collecting him, so I mean tier 5 I won't use him, but he'll be tier 5 I guess, mythic. We'll keep going. We had Axel, Connie, Shane, Vincent. This looks very deja vu to the last pack opening. Maggie, Pete Anderson, Vincent again, Sadiq. Oh yeah, so you're getting very similar characters, like the last two openings, very similar range. Vincent 3 times, you know. But I guess there's only so many silver mythics, right? So that makes sense. But like I said, 3% chance. So we got Gregory out of 20. Do the maths. Okay. 0.05%. That's definitely 3% in my books. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm happy with that. Let's move on. Select recruits. This should be 100 openings if my maths is right. 10 tens. Yeah, that makes sense. Bunch of legendaries here. Remember when legendaries were actually good in this game? Remember when epics were good in this game? I guess in this game you could almost say I'm not going to concentrate too much on the characters coming out unless something actually good comes out and catches my eye. There's sort of been 3 phases in this. Oh, well, hello Sandy, mythic. You interrupted me, but I am disappointed about that. Gold Sandy. That's a nice sight. I always do love her. She's got the dual pistols that look absolutely epic. I never mind her. I've always liked her character, honestly. But I think in this game we'll continue on. We've almost had 3 phases of characters, or the power reign if you want to say. We've had your epics, which are the OG powerhouse. Then we moved on to the legendaries and sort of S-class ranges. And then we went to the mythics as Pete comes out there. And if I'm completely honest, my favourite phase of the sort of overall power structure was definitely the original phase. Even the 6-star phases or the legendary, I wasn't overly a huge fan of it. But I still like that more than the mythics. The mythics and the way the mythics are, I personally don't mind that sort of structure in other games. For example, Survivors, they have the star sort of ratio upgrading with the fragments. I much prefer that sort of structure of character upgrading rather than what this game has with their mythics. So honestly, I think their golden years were in the epic range, because that sort of structure and character advancement made sense for this game. And then we moved on to legendaries and S-classes and mythics, and I just don't quite like that structure for this game, and I don't quite think they got it right. But you know, it's the way it is. Me whinging about it's not going to change it, and it's one of the many sort of reasons I don't particularly enjoy the PvP anymore on this game, or I don't even really get involved in it. I couldn't care for war, I couldn't care for raiding. I honestly do not care about any of that stuff right now. All I do is just the PvE aspect, so I'm just here for the stories, and I'm just here to, you know, kill a few walkers and keep trying to upgrade my characters slowly and progress in the game slowly for what I can. But once you sort of lose that love for PvE, oh hello, I've got a new love now, Laurie 2000. Awesome, another gold mythic. I've got more gold mythics from my select recruits than I did my prestige. However, I've got like 80 more openings, so that makes sense. Yeah, mass is on my side there. That makes complete sense. And I can't remember what I'm talking about, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, once you... Oh, Laurie. I have no idea what she's wearing there, but I like it. I'm a big fan of the colour purple. That's what I mean. That's all I meant by that. Once you lose the love for that PvP, which is what I was trying to say, it's hard to... Oh, White Shiva. Why do I keep getting distracted? Nothing like a white tiger to distract you, right? It's very hard to find reasons to actually open the game and play it for more than, 5 minutes. And that's the point I'm at now. And I'm not gonna sit there and knock the game down completely, because I had a lot of love for this game during, like I said, the early epic days. The first, I reckon, I still had criticisms of it, which you will in all games. That's just natural. So the first, I reckon, 3 years were probably my favourite years, and after that it was just like, for me, the game, or my like of the game, went downhill dramatically, and that's where I'm at now. So like, I honestly, yeah, I honestly don't know why I'm still playing. It's really hard, like, even when I'm talking about it now, to not say to myself, I should just not log in, tomorrow, the next day, and just not log in again. But when you've been playing a game for so long and accumulated so much, and it's really hard to just do that, just switch it off. And there's a big part of me that wants to, but then at the same time I'm like, maybe there'll be something that sparks an interest back in it, where I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And you got that love where you're like, and that competitive nature in you is fulfilled again. You're like, oh, I want to do this, and I have to do this, I want to power up my players and build my roster and build this. But that's not there, and I think I'm holding on to something that is probably well and truly over with, but I'm going to keep holding on and hoping, just for the respect I have for this game and the community in it and how long I've been playing it. I will hold on. But it's really hard at the moment, especially with Survivors. I know I talk about that a lot, but that is legit. Survivors to me now is what Road to Survival was in that first 3 years. I've got that same enthusiasm for Survivors as I did Road to Survival, and at the moment it's just like, I know it's an older game, but Survivors is just better, and I'm just gonna say that it's just better, and that's how it is. But as you saw there, we have a few gold mythics and a white Shiva. Everyone needs a snow Shiva in their life. This is the thing that makes me hold on to this game, snow Shiva, and the fact that it has Telltale characters in it. And I'm a huge fan of the Walking Dead game. Absolutely love it. But as always, I hope you did enjoy it. I thank you for watching. Always remember how awesome you are. Bye.
Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadow.